Made podcast of sports with your host Jay Pops. Guys, I thank all of you for sitting in the waiting room like that and tuning in. I thank all of you guys for that. Guys, look here. It is about to be a mass explosion in Aggieland. And what I mean by that is this here. You're looking at most likely, you're looking at most likely the best recruiting class ever. And I'm going to say this once again, and that's why I asked for a lot of you guys to not miss this show at all. If Texas A&M lands as many guys as I believe that they're going to land, and I know a lot of people like to talk about this. Oh, well, man, the stars, all the stars, it don't just, it don't mean this and don't mean that. What I'm telling you is this here. You continue to build and build and build and build. Don't get me wrong. I already know this part, and yes, man. It all depends on the coaching, development, and things of that nature. What I'm telling you, though, is this here. You're about to witness a mass explosion once again of where Texas A&M is on the verge of, hold on, as of right now, Texas A&M is ranked as the number 3 recruiting class, of course. As of right now, Texas A&M has 3 5-star commits sitting in that class alone. Going into the future up to early signing period and on National Signing Day, the traditional National Signing Day. Going up to early signing period, you can be looking at Texas A&M signing about 3 more 5-star recruits. And I'm going to say this once again. You're about to witness Texas A&M on a potential. You know what? I'm going to say what Jimbo Fisher said. The word potential. We need to stop saying that. Potential, hey, man, that ain't it. Because when you start saying potential, that means it really ain't come yet, and it's probably not going to come. You keep on saying potential. You're witnessing Texas A&M on the verge of signing about 6 5-star recruits up to early signing day. When it's all said and done, if my calculations are right, and from what I'm looking at, because we only have 19 guys committed right now, and we're the number 3 recruiting class in the 2022 cycle. Georgia has 24, and they're the number 1 class. Alabama has 20, and they're the number 2 class. Read between the lines of what I just told you. We only have 19. The limit for this year alone is about 32, I believe, either 32 or 34. Jimbo Fisher and his recruiting staff, from what I know, they want to fill that entire class. I'm going to say this once again. They want to fill that entire class. This isn't done yet. We still got about 10, 11, 12, possibly 12 more guys to sign. The defensive line class will go down as one of the best defensive line recruiting in the generation of the sport. You hear what I'm saying? The defensive line class is about to go down as one of the best recruiting defensive lines in the history of the sport. It's no D-line class that anybody has signed that includes Alabama, Georgia, and LSU and others that can say we signed that best of a class. This D-line class is sick. You hear what I'm saying? Sick. So, as of right now, and I'm going to the targets. And what's crazy is that I told you guys the other day, man, I've never seen this many recruits talk with one another. I've never seen this many guys committed and uncommitted talking to one another. I watched something. I watched something. I was watching our show for Texas A&M yesterday on last night, the Post, where Demani Richardson, but can't think of the defensive back, but Jalen Jones and God, Dog it, man. What's our boy that started this year, man? I cannot think of them, but they're real close and they're roommates. They uh they had done an interview with him, and he had no. They done an interview with Jalen, and Jalen was saying that how he ended up over here, which was one of the defensive backs that we saw this year as well, was the simple fact of that Jalen found them in a camp that they were in, and these were two recruits. He found them in the camp that they were in, and he was balling out. Jalen said he went over there and talked to him and asked him, "Hey man, what school are you committed to, or what school you going to, or whatnot?" Long story short, the guy ended up following Jalen Jones, and they're roommates right now. When I tell you once again that Jalen Jones played a big part in recruiting that 2019 class, because I believe they came in the 2019 class. No, I'm sorry, it came in the 2020 class. When I tell you that they played a big part in recruiting all of that, this is what Bobby Taylor / Donovan Green / Ish Harris, now Walter Nolan, now Evan Stewart, now what's the other boy's name on here, man? Because all of these guys work together. / Bryce Anderson, Malik Silva, Le'Veon Moss, he's real solid with his recruiting. PJ Williams, Chris Marshall on yesterday didn't even much know that Evan had committed. He got on Twitter. He was like, man, I've been off Twitter for a minute. You know, I've been real busy with some things. He got on there and retweeted Evan Stewart's picture and said, hey, man, I didn't know all this was going on. He said, I've been gone for a minute. He said, I'm going to tell you like this here. He got on there and he said, man, I'm going to tell you like this here. Y'all can't double cover all of us. When I tell you that this class is special alone, and I just seen somebody post something with talking about Texas Bowl, Texas A&M versus Kansas State. Don't you come on here with that. All right, don't you come on here with that. So let me tell you the reason to why I put the title to where it was, man. I put the title to where it was to say, can an 8-4 Texas A&M team possibly get the best recruiting class in college football history? The reason why I said 8-4 was because I was basically being sarcastic. You know, you guys should have caught on to that. That was sarcasm. But then again, it was a fact because of I was reading something on Twitter yesterday, and I believe we're all looking at Cam Dewberry right now. I kept on saying Cam Dewberry for long. Cam Dewberry, people. But we're looking at Cam Dewberry right now, and his commitment should either come shortly or it may come later on tonight. I know it's going to come on today for sure. You know, Cam's already made that known. The commitment will come on today. And a guy had said, man, A&M is a 4-loss team, and they're recruiting out of this world. Recruiting out of this world right now. I keep on telling you, man, don't look at that record. Also, but even then, when you look at that record, you got to really, really look at that record. And if you haven't looked at Texas A&M all season, you have to go back and look at those 4 losses, and you have to scratch your head, and you got to ask yourself, how in the hell did they lose all 4 of those games? And I'm going to say this once again. You got to ask yourself, how in the heck did they lose all 4 of those games? I know good and goddamn well Skip Bayless didn't. Man, I'm not going to believe that that's the real Skip Bayless. I'm not going to believe that. I'm not. Somebody is playing a troll game. Talking about Skip Bayless out here now. But if it is Skip Bayless, Skip, what's up? I can't believe you tuning in, but I highly doubt that Skip Bayless tuning in to this podcast. Stop. Talking backup quarterback. But if you guys have not paid attention, man, they're 8-4. 8-4. And with all 4 of those losses, man, like I said, you have to scratch your head at those 4 losses, and you got to ask yourself, if some certain things would have went right, would this team have been undefeated? And I'm going to say this once again, man. You got to scratch your head and you got to ask yourself, if some things would have went right, would this team have been undefeated? The only biggest problem this year with us was that we did not win on the road. We did not perform like how we know we can perform. And when I say we, I'm talking about the team. They did not perform like how they know they can perform on the road. That is all I'm saying. All right. It should have been a different outcome of on the road, but since they were very, very competitive, man, in those 4 losses. It's crazy to me, and that's why I told you guys on yesterday. This is why they're still in the rankings. They're ranked at number 25 for a reason. I know it's all the way down there at the bottom, but best believe, man, those recruits know that Texas A&M is still showing something. They're proving something. Understand this here. Jimbo Fisher has went out and signed one of the best quarterback recruits that we're probably about to witness in a couple of years. And no, I'm not talking about Haynes King. All right, and we're about to witness something real, real special with Haynes King. We are about to witness that in just a moment. Just be patient. We have witnessed time and time again, man. A lot of guys have signed #1 classes, man, with the likes of Georgia, with the likes of Alabama, and look where these 2 guys are at right now. Look where these 2 programs are at right now. Okay? Look at where they're at. They are sitting in the SEC championship. Georgia has been there multiple times. Oklahoma has been there multiple times. They just continue to build classes, and they continue to build depth. They continue to build competition. And I'm going to leave it at that. You have to continue to build your competition. All right? Everybody in that locker room right now for Texas A&M that's coming back next season knows that as soon as Evan Stewart said that he was committing to Texas A&M, that was a game over in the defensive back locker room, because they also looked at that and was like, holy crap. You mean to tell me I got to hold him? I got to hold him. Okay, give him to me. They want that competition in practice. Now the heat is really on. All right, don't get me wrong, because Evan Stewart is walking into a loaded wide receiver room. You hear what I'm saying? And Evan Stewart knows this, Chris Marshall knows this, and Noah Thomas knows this. They're walking into a loaded wide receiver room. The only problem was that everybody dropped the ball this year. And I mean, when I say everybody, I mean everybody dropped the ball. Okay? I told you on the last podcast, I bet you they won't drop another ball. I bet you they won't drop another ball again. They would not drop any balls in 2022. Matter of fact, they may catch some of the most balls that you've seen any Texas A&M wide receiver corps catch ever. Because they know that there's other people behind them. You keep on dropping balls like that, those guys know. All right, so with that being said, man, with the wide receiver position alone, you have Moose Muhammad that's having breakout games because of guys going down with injury. Understand that a lot of those wide receivers in that room have sat back and waited their times. It just haven't come yet. It hadn't came yet. Just be patient. Hold on, baby. We'll get there. I'll take you back to the first game with Haynes King. And that game was so explosive to me, although everybody wants to keep on overshadowing that with his interceptions in that game to his touchdown ratio, in which I understand that part. But Haynes King was so electric in that game. That crowd was so electric in that game that it was crazy. So you can imagine we had the 8 best talented class walking in to Kyle Field. You can only imagine what it's about to feel like for a couple of years from now. I'm going to say this once again. You can only imagine what it's about to feel like a couple of years from now when you see all of these guys in this 2022 class, plus the 2021 class, plus the 2020 class, and some of the 2019 class all compressed together. That is a big walking family on campus. Antonio Johnson. I'm sorry, I had to hurry up and say Antonio Johnson. I'm glad that you came on and said that. Thank you for giving me his name. That was who Jalen Jones was talking about. Antonio Johnson, man, and I watched that yesterday on the post. That post got me. And that post got me even more excited about what's coming in the bowl game in the next season. They're going to be relentless, man. So, understand this here. These are the guys that they're still shooting for. And I saw somebody come on here and say, flip Kevin Banks. I do think that they probably will flip Kevin Banks. I'm going to say this once again. I know Kevin Banks isn't listening. And if his family is listening, you know, that's fine. Things of that nature, close relatives, stuff like that. And a couple of Oregon guys, because I have found those guys coming in here quite a few times. If Texas A&M is able to flip Kevin Banks, that is a massive setup for an offensive line class out of this world as well. Because you'll have Kevin Banks. You will have Cam Dewberry and possibly Keontae Goodwin that's committed to Kentucky right now. You can possibly have those guys. So once again, man, like I told you guys to tune in for a reason. I told you guys to tune in for a reason. This goes back to my question of this here. And I was so thorough with this question from a year ago. From before the season had started. Will Texas A&M, and I'm going to say this again, will Texas A&M win a national title in the next 3 years? Y'all answer that question for me. That will be on the podcast for tomorrow. I will have that question, and we're going to get into that once again. I'm going to say this once again. Will Texas A&M win a national title in the next 3 years? And I said that before the season started. So year one has already went down of the 3 years that I said. Understand this also. This goes back to when Jimbo Fisher was hired. And Jimbo Fisher told everybody around the world this here. I would sign a number 1 and number 2 class at Texas A&M. He never said this here. I want you guys to listen up real close. Real close. D. Taylor, I'm going to keep you around, man. I love how you come in here. You talking about hell no. I like that. Young. Stay in here. Stay committed to the podcast. Because while you saying hell no like that, your guys in Austin think otherwise. I'm going to say this once again. Your guys in Austin think otherwise. They've already, I'm not going to say let their guards down, but they already know that Texas A&M is about to sign number 1 class in all of college football. I told you that's what you need. You need a top 5 class in particular. If you can get a number 1 class, that's more of the golden cup. Put it like that. If you can get number 1 recruiting class, that's the golden cup. And if you can consecutively get number 1 classes, that's the prime golden cup. If you want to look at it like that. So a lot of these guys want to come in and place their names on those missing puzzle pieces. We've been saying this all along. Donovan Green, the tight end that's about to come, understand this here. Okay, excuse me for a minute. Understand this here. I know a number 1 class does not mean that you're automatically about to win a national title. I did not say that. I said those are the things that you need. So let me clarify that and let me be very specific with what I say. You need a 1 through 5. Okay, let me rephrase. You need a 1 through 10 class in general. 1 through 10. Consecutive 1 through 10 classes. To either compete for national titles, conference titles, in your division titles, and a shot at other playoffs. You need those, period. Okay? You need those. Clemson can tell you that. You need those. It's up to you to break in once you get in there. All right? So, that's what I mean by that. All right? But anywho, so this here, man, These guys are fitting the missing puzzle pieces to what Jimbo Fisher was telling these guys about. Jimbo Fisher kept telling these guys all along, you guys are going to be the missing pieces to a puzzle that's almost finished. It's almost finished. Understand the on-field success says another thing and recruiting says another thing also. All right? But you guys are the missing puzzle pieces. I need you guys to fit that puzzle. And that way I can make my own calculations on what I need to fix as a coach and et cetera, going forward. See, Jimbo Fisher's already fixing one thing as the coach. I need more talent. It's not a such thing as having too much talent. I need more talent. All right, I need more competition than what I already have. Although the competition is already good, the competition ain't good enough. We need more. We need more. You gotta stay hungry. You have to stay hungry. If you want it, you go out and get it. All right, so it's a whole lot of big things coming. I can't tell you how excited I am for next season. I can't tell you how excited I am for the spring game of next season because it's a lot of these guys that are going to enroll early. So you're gonna see a lot of these individuals in the spring game. It's a lot of guys that you have not even much seen on the field yet, like Tomas, Adele, Elijah Judy. That's a defensive lineman. You saw a little bit of Shamar Turner, and he's going to be another Marvin Leal. Shout out to Marvin Leal. He has officially declared for the NFL draft. For anybody that didn't know, I'm pretty sure everybody around the nation knew about it. But he has officially declared for the NFL draft. But Shamar Turner, now it's your turn. It's now your turn to go and boost that right back up again. What's amazing to me is that Texas A&M is landing 5-star after 5-star after 5-star edge rush. I'm talking about they're continuing to do that, and they're continuing to make that a trend. They want to make that the most dominant position in Texas A&M history. That is so crazy to me, and they're doing it. They are doing that, and there's a lot of guys at that position right there that has all went first round. Myles Garrett was one of them. DeMarvin Leal is about to be another. Man, it's about to be some guys that are about to hit that position and continuously go. This is why Shamar Stewart is on the radar so hard like he is. We're about to have a lot of D tackles that's going to go in the late first round to early second round. This is another reason to why Shamar Stewart is chimed in. There's another reason to why Walter Nolan is chimed in. Amar Abel. We aren't out on Amar Abel, people. Denver Harris is the one that has really got a lot of people up. All right, and I'm going to say this once again. Denver Harris is the one that really got a lot of people up out their seats and really, really anticipated and excited about what's to maybe come. So, once again, I'm going to let you guys know these are the guys that are closing in. So Harold Perkins has officially shut down his options to only 3 schools, which is A&M, Texas, and LSU. That's it for him. Shamar Stewart has officially shut down his to top 3, which is A&M, Georgia, and Miami. All right. So once again, we have a clear shot at landing Harold Perkins, Denver Harris, Shamar Stewart. I think Kamari Wilson. Kamari Wilson is down in 2 schools. Don't sleep on Kamari Wilson either. He is the number 1 safety. He's down in 2 schools, Georgia and Texas A&M. I know a lot of you guys want to count him out. Don't count him out just yet, because you do not know what's happening under the tire rubber, right? I'm gonna say this one: you do not know what's happening right now. All right, but Amar Abel is another one. He's still down in 5 schools. Jacoby Matthews, I told you guys, man, just continue to watch this young man. Continue to watch him. All right, continue to watch Jacoby Matthews. The reason why I say continue to watch him, we want Jacoby. We want Jacoby. I have seen the videos, Jacoby. I'm speaking out to you, gentlemen, bro. I have seen the videos. I want you. That's just all I'm gonna say, man. I want you to be an Aggie. It's special things that Mike Elko, that I know for sure that he can put you in some special places, and he can have you doing some big things, man. So be looking for Jacoby Matthews, man. So Jacoby Matthews win for Keontae Goodwin. Now notice I just said all 5-star recruits. That's what I'm telling you guys. So I just gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 5-star recruits I just gave you to just be on the lookout for. Yes, about 7. So 7 to our already 3. We already have 3. All right, so that's 7 5-star recruits to the 3. That's about 10. That would be the first time anybody has signed that many 5-star recruits. That will outdo Georgia, because Georgia signed 8 in one class, if I'm not mistaken. I remember that also vividly. They signed 8. So that will tremendously outdo Georgia. The other 3 guys that we're still wanting to sign, though, is Anthony Lucas. Continue to watch him. Cam Dewberry. Once again, his commitment should be on today. So Anthony Lucas, Cam Dewberry, and Eni White. Be looking for Eni White. All of those guys that I've just mentioned, I would not be shocked if we signed all 13 of those guys. That would end 30. I'm going to say this once again. I would not be shocked if we signed all 13. And even if it's only 9 out of these 5-star recruits that commits to us, that is, goodness gracious, that's a program explosion. And it will bobble your mind on, and it's going to bobble our minds as well on, man, we just went 8-4 and we signed the best class in college football history. I can guarantee you this. You're going to see a lot of teams scratching their heads on their 8-4 records and trying to figure out why in the hell can't they sign a class like that. It's all about the vision. It's the vision of the program. It's the recruits that you sign in your program. It's the leadership, and it's the family atmosphere. Understand that Texas A&M is a family atmosphere. If you guys haven't been to Texas A&M lately, man, you guys need to really, really go up there and see how it really is. That is a actual family itself. It's a community, but it's a family. Everybody helps each other. And that's just that. And that's why a lot of these guys come on these visits and they feel the way they feel. And it was very, very hard for Bear Alexander to commit over there to Georgia like the way he did. It's a family. This guy here talking about it's the money in the back McDonald's bag, laugh out loud. Well, I'm here to tell you this here. NIL is taking over all of the McDonald's bags there will ever be going forward. All right, I'm going to tell you like that. NIL, guy. NIL will forever take over that. Texas just done a humongous NIL deal with something they were doing. So, if you want to know that, hey, NIL is taking over that. But that's just Jimbo Fisher himself. That's the recruiting staff that he has out there. Yeah, I know you're just playing, man, but that's just the love, man. Like I said, I've never seen a class where they have so many guys recruiting one another like that. I've never ever seen it. I've never seen that before. So this is something new for us, in which if we only sign the number 3 class, that would be our highest class in Texas A&M history. All right, so we're on something that we've never seen before. So this is brand new, brand new. I've seen it, but to actually have one of the classes like that, that is a brand new feeling. So I thank all of you guys tuned in. Love all of you. I will be back on tomorrow. And at the same time, if you guys hadn't noticed, I have a set time now, guys. 1:15 p.m. every day. I will be back on tomorrow, and we will discuss some more things. All right. So hashtag Geek Mags.